I don't like to lose. All right, anything else about that? It's not only important that you know what it looks like to do it correctly. That's the most important thing. Not necessarily that you can do it, but that you can see it, know how to do it correctly. But the second thing is how do you help the kid? How do you identify, here's a good example. Okay, a kid is casting, and that's the swing. Do I start up here? Start there and work up. And if this is wrong, deal with that before you get to this. You can't, the more things you try to work on, the less successful. Here's a great example from English when I taught freshmen many, many years ago. We're about to go into the 5-paragraph essay. Kid, raise a hand. Mr. Hill, we learned that last year. We learned it in 6th grade. Oh my God. They learned how to write a coherent 5-paragraph essay in 5th grade. I said, all right, you guys, I want you all, you can write one. How much time do you need since you know how to do this? We can do it in a period. Okay. I get them back. They're horrible. Verbal vomit, no topic sentence, no specific examples. The whole thing was just, there was no thesis within it. They knew how to divide 5 paragraphs up, but they didn't know the fundamentals of what was in each paragraph. And this is the same thing. If you try to do everything at once, you're going to fail. And so therefore the kids do. It's like rec basketball when my daughter was in it. Okay, come on girls, we're going to line up. We're going to do the 1-3-1 defense. You stand there, you guys stand here, you stand here. Okay, play ball. I swear to God, that's what he did. And that was supposed to be the 1-3-1 defense. They didn't know how to guard, they didn't know how to anything. So what did they do? They played statue. You come by me, I'm going to defend you. They didn't move, they didn't know how to exchange, they didn't know how to overreact if their side is loaded. So one thing at a time and keep it simple and only look for one thing. And no matter how bad it is, find something they did right and praise it. Okay? Girl hits the ball to the ceiling. Okay, she obviously did something wrong with the swing. Man, you used your legs great. That was really good. All right, now let's bring that bat down and, then make the correction after you did something, told them something positive. Because what it does is relax them. Okay? All right, anything else about those? There's a lot. The one that I didn't show you, can I have that? That I think is very helpful with, because I think when you get to the arms, it's the most difficult thing for them to do. Because they want to do this, okay? Or they want to do this. They're either casting or sweeping or something. These hands get away from the body way too soon. So one of the things to do, and I've even seen major leaguers up there like this, while they're doing a short version of independent hands. Get the bat out in front, point it at the pitcher, focus on the back elbow. It comes back, it goes down, around, and then out to extension. And once the brain understands, okay, it's going back, now that elbow's just got to go forward, they're not going to do this because that doesn't keep the circle going. So this one is a good one to practice, down and through. And I think, some of the, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of kids said that was the drill that made the most sense, that they liked the most. So if they like something, let them do it. It's okay.
We used to do that in games on our team. If they were off with timing, they would start ahead to fix it.
Say it louder, hon.
When a couple of the girls on our team would do that in games to get their timing down, if they couldn't time the pitcher well enough and they were casting, they would do that in a game. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a helpful one. I was surprised when I started really watching, baseball. Same thing, people were doing it. All right, we're going to take a look at these. Some of them are in slow motion, some of them are full speed. Let's just talk about, why don't you guys move in? Let's talk about what you see and what you would do to fix it, okay? I took what I could from what you sent me. Most of them are. There's a couple that aren't. Okay, here we go. You know what, why don't we have for now, this half study the lower body, you guys study the upper. You show that one again? All right. Look at stance. Okay, what do you see? Start over here. What did you guys see?
Why are we doing, I'm sorry, let me touch the lower. Are we doing lower?
Yeah.
Wide, too wide.
Okay.
And squish the body.
Pardon? Okay, the front knee is bent. So there's a lot to do. Look at the bat position. She's below the shoulder. You see this on the other team, where are you going to pitch it?
Up.
Up, absolutely. Okay. So does that look like a powerful stance? No. So what's good is her aggression. And I would tell her, man, you really want to swing hard. You want to hit a home run, don't you? I'm going to show you how. Okay, once more. Then we got to go to upper. Notice the step swing. Boom. You can even see it on slow-mo. Ooh, Rizzo. What did you guys see? You see how they go away? That's so common. And I think some of it is because the bats that they start with are too heavy. So they have to get about here to get them around. You agree? I think that's a real common problem. Let's go to the number 2. Stop it. Did you see on the stride anything? See, she's pronated already. All right, and that's going to, you watch how quickly that knee gets way past contact because she did that. I'm pretty sure. See it? So even though that looks nice, you saw that really she's just a bug squisher in disguise. Anything on the top?
Her left shoulder is quite closed.
Yep.
No connection.
You see that? Uh-huh. Well, where did she step? I'm throwing inside. So she stepped towards the tee. So these slow-mos, man, you look at them 2-3 times, you see more and more and more, and then the whole idea is, where do I start with this girl? Well, I'm going to start here, okay? At least her feet are pointing in the right direction, but her hands way too close to her neck, okay? Bad angle because of that. It's straight back instead of coming across. And so, excuse me, just one more thing. As she's loading, she's moving her hands, and that's, I must have heard that 100 times, and that's why I've got the asterisk by it, because every coach agreed with that statement that, you know, you don't move the hands during your load, okay? You can do it this way, or you can, you know, come down a little bit, but don't move the hands, because it really screws up the vision. Okay, 3. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, somebody was.
Yeah, with the videos and how easy it is to do on your phone to just slow it down and go frame by frame with that, I do it with my pitchers all the time. I'll just take a quick one of them doing 2 pitches, because when they're going full blast, they don't feel it. And like you said with learning, they say, well, I don't feel it, I don't feel it. If you show it to them and slow it down to where it's super obvious, you say, look, your hands are going over here, they'll be like, oh, I don't even feel that I'm doing that, I think I'm doing it right. It's a super easy way until they see it and can actually identify, oh, I am doing it like this. They're not going to believe you because they don't feel it.
Yeah. Okay. Front foot opens early. Okay, what do you guys see? Go ahead and show it again, please. Yeah, if you study these, you know, start down here, look at it again here, look at it again up here. How much drive did she have into the ball? See, belly. Okay, I'm going to have you pause it when I say, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so be ready. Let's show it again. Ready? Stop it. All right, now I want you to watch carefully. Watch the hip. And this is what I'm talking about. If they squish the bug, which she did, watch what happens. See how much hip movement there is because she hasn't touched the ball yet. Watch it. Nothing. Nothing. And you will see that a lot. And that's why once you do this and you're past the ball, you're swinging with your arms. So imagine the ball's coming in now at a good speed. That's going to slow that bat down on contact because all she's got is her little noodles to hit with. Okay, next one. Okay, now this one is full speed, so it's kind of hard to see. Watch that and see what you can see. Can you see the bug squish?
Yeah, there's no weight shift at all.
Right. And notice, watch the hands moving all over the place before swinging. What happened? There we go.
I was rewinding it to
Oh, okay.
see if I could slow it down for you, and I can.
See where the hands start and then where they come down. Down too low, and now she's vulnerable to her hands. By the time she started her swing, were all the way down here. Yeah. What goes up is going to come down, and it's going to come down too low. And if I see that,
Well, not only that, but it's a hitch. It's two pieces.
yep, exactly. What would I praise? She's got power because she's got some resistance, but her weak zone is pretty big. Okay, and whoever you have, guys, for pitch callers, I've got a chart in there of what to throw for each situation. When we were calling pitches, one of us was watching the on-deck batter. Okay? You watch the on-deck batter, and wherever she swings, that's what she likes. And the rule was, number one, you never let their best player beat you, and number two, never give her what she wants. Make her think she's getting it. You get to 0-2, put it near it, but out of the zone, and then go back to her weakness again. You get her. You got a much better chance that way.
Frank, what's a good rule of thumb? Like, we've seen 3 different girls now set differently with the tee, and I think that's part of the issue. That some girls can intuitively figure out where they need to place their stance relative to where the tee is. Some girls can't. So is there a rule of thumb that we can make sure we're consistent with kid to kid? Like, I would argue that first girl, she was so far from the tee, she was going to have to cast her hands just by not recognizing that.
Where they stand tells you something about their swing, right? So I want to see that. I want to see what they're doing before I do anything. If they're way away from the tee, then you know they're locking out early. Okay? If they're real close, they're going to be extending that way.
Should we as coaches create an expectation as far as that's concerned?
Yeah. Neutral, I want to be even with the plate to start. As they get older, that gets more complex, but I want to be a good part of away from the plate so that these hands are not in the strike zone. Okay?
That's the multi-tee drill, right? Where you put 2 tees next to each other, one inside, one outside, and make them hit one of the two, so that they're not always teeing up on one spot. Rather, they've got to hit 2 different spots, and if they're too close, they're not going to hit this one. Too far, they're not going to reach the other. So that's how you kind of get into that.
Yeah, we didn't get a lot into mechanics of inside-outside, but man, if it's an outside pitch, this back knee is going to the pitch. That's all the rotation you get. So you better have good rotational speed once you hit the ball so that you made sure you powered through it. And that's why those don't go as far as inside. Okay, but if I see someone like this, I'm going to throw inside because she's probably going to foul off too. Now I can go outside. Now I got her. So study that. And again, pitcher has control, beats the heck out of just having speed. You got a much better chance. Okay, next. Okay, stop it. Look at the hands. This is too high. It's above the shoulders, okay? Base is pretty good. That's pronated, so you know what she's going to do. Head straight. Now, I think you can see in slow motion that the hips stop before contact. And it's that pronation is part of it. You'll see her rotate early. There it is. It's done. Watch it move. Watch the hips. Okay. Make sense? Watch what the hands do because of the placement. See the bat straight back? Bat is straight back instead of loaded. This is a little too high. The elbows are going to come together. And they need to stay the same distance apart. Did you see how close they got to each other? They don't come together until you're going to the ball, not from here. Rolling, rolling. There it is. And again, you see a wrist roller. Inside is nice because she's going to roll over that one most likely. Okay. Okay, this is the middle one that wanted to learn how to hit. He's 11. Okay, now what did you see? Rotation's good. Hips, watch the size of the stride. He just wants to be aggressive. So you see that front arm coming out a little bit early, not as bad as this, but it's coming out early, and then the hands roll. Okay, not a bad position on connection, and the rotation, you know, is pretty powerful. So again, I tell him, you know, we've still got to shrink those weak zones you got. Hands too high, hands too close to the face. Gigantic stride, open step, huge killing of bugs. These are the ones that are a challenge because, my God, where do you start? Okay? You got to start down there. Does she ever get to extension? No, that's it. Okay, next. Okay, this girl's in a growth spurt, and so she's probably a little bit too wide for her size. Lots of bat movement. You starting to see a pattern with the younger ones? Go back to, go back a little bit, right there. Okay, here's what I mean. She comes to toe, but watch how this foot is twisting and taking her hips past the ball. Go ahead. See it? So the result is the same as if you're squishing the bug this way. The hips get here, and then the hands come through. So there's no popping into the ball. What do you see? There's a lot. There's some good things. There's a lot. Yeah. There's some good things there, but man, she doesn't know load step swing. She doesn't know about driving the hips through extension. Big step, head comes down. See how low it is? Now the head's going back up again. Yeah, what causes the shoulders to fly out? The hips. Okay. Watch the head. It's here. Okay. That's a lot. That's going to be a lot of pop-ups. Okay. Okay, this was at a tryout. Hands too high. There's some good stuff there. That's a step and a swing. You see the hands going away before they go forward? Yeah. See how much work we have to do? You can't just let them, you just keep throwing front, you're just going to keep getting more and more of that and more of that. They get really good at it. Stop it if you haven't. Why are some of these kids choking up? I don't understand. If they're getting a blister, then get those little rubber, things that you can put on the knob of the bat. But every inch you choke up reduces your power. So if you have to choke up because the bat's too heavy, it's the wrong bat. Yeah. But they really shouldn't be choking up like that. Okay, what's wrong with the stance? You guys see? Yeah. Okay. Hands are low, bat position is straight up and down. That's a good, she's a good athlete. Go ahead. Watch, go ahead. Okay, can you stop it just before she hits it? It's kind of hard because she's got very quick hands.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Right here. Stop. All right, let's see if there's any more rotation. Go ahead. Huge step. You see how there's pretty much no hip? It's so common when they squish a bug. I'm turning her into a slapper right now. That's okay. Once more. Yeah. Now if we get more rotation out of her, she is basically driving the knee at contact. Can you see why the ball is going the opposite field? Okay.
She's totally turned in.
Yep. Okay, next. Watch, you gotta watch the feet. See, by her pronating really early, really dramatically, that's really going to take her out of the zone. And she thinks she's cool. The rooch. Yeah. Yeah, and see, there's basically no hip turn, so she's had no training at all. And up she goes. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
She's trying to lift the ball.
Look at the choke up.
The bat underneath it to lift it up off the ground. Hands are
It's just they're too high and they always come down. Okay, so, goal number one is to get this lower half correct, which takes time. And then we start going to the top half. Because if that hip doesn't drive into the ball, they'll never be able to maximize their power.
To your point, though, the front half was pretty decent. It wasn't a
Yeah.
step. It was just a nice short.
Yeah, she locks a little late, but she's got a lot of power. And that head's not moving at all. So there's...
Yeah, it looks like the bat and the belly button are kind of coming at the same time. Yeah, a little early. It's a little early, yeah.
It's not bad, but the rotation didn't finish. She was satisfied with hitting it. She's done.
Like I said, a lot of it, I think it looks like she's just doing the gate thing, and then she's just trying to
Yep.
lift it up.
Okay, this kid came to Dan, brand new. She's not with us this year. But watch, here's pretty big, strong kid who hasn't been trained. Watch what happens. There's her load coming back. Look at where she winds up. See that? Really nice upper body rotation. Let's try that one again. But I think on her, see if you agree that her stance, she's straight up and down. There's no athletic position. There's no balance. And she's moving the bat on her load, and it's way too far back for where she is, and it's away from her. That's almost locked already. So you know it's going to lock. Yeah. And man, there's no wall at all. So as strong as she is, she's going to have a hard time. Okay, now Sam is a 5-year. She's not perfect yet, but you're going to see some things. Watch the sequence on the bottom. You're going to see her take her step. I wish we'd get that out. Yeah. She should come to toe and then down, and then the swing starts. You see the sequence is good, and the rotation is good. Once more. Pardon? Yep. Continuing in our fine tradition of excellence. Step, swing. Okay, so that's pretty decent when you compare it to the one before. And you can see training does make a difference, because the other kid was twice as strong as she is, but she's going to have better at bats. Sarah's another one that's been around a long time. Her style is different. It evolved a little bit differently. You're going to see a lot of power. Load. Step. And swing. Now, what do you see on her? She didn't work as hard as Sam did. Very powerful. Hands were still fighting that when she comes. Okay, but a lot of backside into the ball. So when she hits it, people are in danger. She's injured some first baseman. This is another. Okay, here you're going to see that head is not in the middle. She does have too weak a stance, but that head stays behind her. See it? So that's very defensive. So her hips turned, but they didn't drive. There was no purpose to it. It was just a turn. Front arm locks. Bat rolls. You could actually see in the slow-mo, if you watch it a couple times, the bat slows down on contact because it's all arms and she's not big yet. Next. Let's do the 22. Tell me what you see. I'm not going to talk on this one. You guys talk. Where would you start? Okay. Done.
Way open. She's not driving the back knee at all.
Front foot pronated, back foot is going to twist like crazy. And then the hips just stop, so there's nothing there. So, about anything you'd say would be right. Okay. All right, we're going to end with two pictures. Go to that one. Zally. And there's before and after, pretty dramatically. Okay? That's Allie's Super Midget, and that's the finished product. Okay? And this is advanced, okay? This is something that once they get to the point where the swing is really good, you can teach them to leave their hands behind as they come back to the middle. And that's where she's getting this from for some more power. So it looks like the hands aren't moving. You're doing this when you get back to the middle and then come down. Just gives you a little bit more momentum, but I wouldn't dare start that at this level. Look at the choke. So she's pretty intimidated, isn't she? Yeah, I like that one.
It's almost the same.
Yeah.
Like, she's still got that same
I
look in her
I
face.
played with Alex since I was 10 and she doesn't look any different.
You're right, Andrea. Okay, last picture. This is where it started.
This one?
Yeah. Look at that. No lessons, no nothing. There's the resistance. There's the drive into the ball. He's still palm up, palm down, and it must have been a high pitch. But he's such a freak of nature, he could hit it up there. That's amazing. So there you go. Guys, thanks for coming. I hope this helps you with hitting, since we've got the whole winter season now to work on it. So